This episode is brought to you by Skillshare.
Hey everyone, I'm Jess Keating and you're watching Animalogic Second Nature.
Hematophagy, the practice of drinking blood from another animal.
Speculation continues as to who will be the next victim.
These predators are vampires.
300 million years before man appeared on Earth, with time to develop varieties so diverse, their numbers are beyond conception.
For much of the odds, vampires dominated our cultural landscape. Yet for all their sparkling, headboard-shattering, sleep-stalking charm, they couldn't be further removed from their inspiration in the natural world.
There are over 15,000 species that drink blood. Some species drink blood in order to survive or reproduce. These animals are exclusively hematophagous. Others do it as a secondary source of nutrition. They practice hematophagy opportunistically.
The earliest known vampires are proto-mosquitoes, and they lived about 220 million years ago.
Yet not all bloodsuckers trace their roots back to these mosquitoes. Vampirism has evolved separately at least 6 times in invertebrates.
Bloodsucking isn't as straightforward as it seems, and it requires specialized adaptations for the evolutionary strategy to succeed.
The first step is finding a host big enough to feed on, and then figuring out how to attach yourself to said host.
Oh, good, it's going in deeper. I can feel it piercing more.
While the method of many of our fictional vampires requires that slow, spooky stalking to find a host, for many vampiric insects, it is not so easy.
Many of these blood-sucking insects don't even have wings and have to rely on their hosts and environments for dispersal. Ticks, for example, wait on blades of grass for a host to walk by close enough so that they can attach themselves.
Man's ancient enemy continues to multiply. This tick alone, in a few generations, can give birth to young, outnumbering the population of China.
Batflies also lack wings, and many species have evolved to be hyper-specialized to bats.
They're hard and flat, and their legs are covered in little hairs, all of which make it very difficult for the bats to dislodge or kill them. They're born, raised, and die, all on bats.
Imagine having a tick on your face for your entire life.
Along with ticks and mites, 10,000 species are man's mortal foe. Insect carriers bring death and disease to man himself.
Insects that are able to hunt prey, like mosquitoes, rely on vision, temperature cues, and chemoreception. Tracking CO2 emissions is the most common way these vampires find their meals.
Like my dear old gran used to say, if it breathes, it bleeds.
Once they've found prey, they need to not get killed. This can be tricky, as the prey of a vampire is often thousands of times larger than themselves. Many insects, like mosquitoes and leeches, inject analgesics to prevent the host from feeling the bite until after they finish drinking.
Blood makes a particularly appealing meal because it contains a lot of nutrients, specifically iron, salt, protein, and fat. But it also contains a lot of water.
This can make the vampires heavy after feeding, increasing their chances of being preyed upon. Mosquitoes are able to filter out the nutrients from the blood and expel the water, but not all vampires are so adept.
A male mosquito cannot bite or suck blood. A newly emerged male may try blood suction without success.
Drinking blood as a primary source of nutrients is difficult, as it contains almost no vitamin C, and so vampiric species either need to adapt to produce their own vitamin C or be able to get by with much less of it.
Mosquitoes are quite possibly the most hated insect on the face of the earth, and that title is very well deserved.
They spread horrific diseases around the world, and they ruin the outside. so perhaps it will give you a sense of poetic justice that mosquitoes too fall victim to bloodsuckers. Mosquitoes are targeted by little midges that drink their blood by puncturing their abdomens with their proboscis. Their mouthparts attach very securely to the mosquito and will stay attached for up to 56 hours, through flight and all.
If that's not justice, I don't know what is.
The spider spinning his web for the unwary fly. The blood is the light, Mr. Redfield.
Ivarka kulikavora, a jumping spider from Kenya, also targets mosquitoes for their blood. These spiders go after mosquitoes that are full of blood, in part for their nutrition, but also for mating. Jumping spiders that eat full mosquitoes have been found to be more attractive to the opposite sex. In a feeding frenzy, one jumping spider can kill up to 20 mosquitoes in rapid succession. They kill more than they can eat.
These jumping spiders are true heroes.
Challenging mosquitoes for the title of the worst are kissing bugs and bed bugs.
There's a little bug hiding right in there.
Bed bugs are particularly awful, as they seem to have adapted to feed specifically on humans. These bloodsuckers are particularly difficult to fight because the symptoms of their bites don't show up until several days after they've bitten you, giving them plenty of time to hide. This is compounded by the fact that bedbugs only need to feed about once a week. Like mosquitoes, they inject their prey with anticoagulants and painkillers before biting to prevent their prey from noticing.
So this client tells me she noticed this 2 weeks ago. She may have noticed them 2 weeks ago, but she's had them a lot longer than 2 weeks. See, like they're just friggin' everywhere.
Kissing bugs or vampire bugs are obligate bloodsuckers that are equipped with a huge proboscis to drink blood. They get their name from their nasty habit of biting human faces, as they're highly attracted to the carbon dioxide that we exhale.
Vampire moths have adapted their proboscis to drink blood.
Lotta is feeding on me. It's in?
Really?
Ah! Is it hurting?
Yeah.
Sorry.
The same mouthparts that are used for sucking up fruit juice are used to suck blood from large, tough-skinned mammals like buffalo. Only the males drink blood, and their bites are much more painful and leave a much bigger mark than mosquito bites.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Oh, that proboscis is full of blood.
Good.
It's pink.
Yay.
Yeah.
I'm so glad. Anything coming out of the abdomen?
No.
Nothing.
But the
Okay.
proboscis is pink with blood.
That's really good.
Much more frightening than vampiric moths, however, is the mouth of horrors, the lamprey.
18 species of lamprey drink fish blood, and while they may look like eels, they are actually jawless fish. They attach themselves to their prey using their rows of sharp, horrific teeth, gorging themselves for several days. In order to feed, once attached, they use their hard and sharp tongue to puncture a hole in the fish's body. The fish don't usually die from the wound, but they can develop infections.
For a century, lampreys bred undisturbed in the lakes. No one suspected their potential danger. Then, in the 40s, their population exploded. 400 million years of evolution had done their job well.
Sea lampreys have become a huge problem in the Great Lakes in North America. They've invaded the lakes through man-made canals and have since caused a steep decline in lake trout and other fish populations.
All of the vampires that we've discussed today are bloodsuckers, but the ultimate vampire doesn't suck blood, it drinks it. Meet the vampire bat.
There are 3 species of vampire bat, and they all use a very different strategy from other vampires. Instead of sucking blood, vampire bats cut the skin of their victims with their sharp teeth and wait for the blood to pour out and pool. Once there's enough, the bats lap it up. As I mentioned earlier, vampire bats themselves fall victim to the vampiric bat flies, and one study found that a single bat can be covered in up to 60 bat flies.
And finally, the vampire finch.
These harmless-looking birds are native to Wolf Island in the Galapagos, and they supplement their diet of seeds and nectar with blood from the blue-footed booby. Like vampire bats, they make a small incision in the skin of their host, and then they go to town on the blood.
Nothing can stop it now. My dear Anton, this is power.
Both in nature and in fiction, vampires make fascinating subjects, and a great place to get started to write your own original vampire story is Skillshare.
As an author, finding strategies and tools that help me produce great writing is key. A really inspiring course that has helped me with this on Skillshare is the Writer's Toolkit, 6 Steps to a Successful Writing Habit, by award-winning author Simon Van Boy. This 40-minute class is for writers of all types and skill levels who are looking to develop successful writing habits. In the course, Simon walks you through how to optimize your space for your writing style, how to build a daily writing routine, and how to gather and act on inspiration. This course is perfect for authors, aspiring writers, and beginners. When you're finished, you'll have a set of tools in your pocket for building long-term success with your writing process, hopefully allowing you to finally finish your amazing vampire novel. Skillshare is an online learning community with over 25,000 classes in writing, photography, graphic design, and so much more. With premium membership, you will get unlimited access to high-quality classes on an incredible range of topics, so you can improve your skills and unlock new opportunities. Join the millions of students already learning on Skillshare today, with a special offer just for Animalogic fans. Get 2 months of Skillshare for free. To sign up, go to the link in the description and get 2 months of unlimited access to over 25,000 classes for free. Act now for the special offer and start writing today.
So what should we talk about next? As always, please leave us a note in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for new episodes of Animalogic Second Nature every other week. Thanks so much for watching. If that's not justice, I don't know what is.
So these are mosquitoes that get bitten by midges?
Yeah, man.
Okay, cool.
Boom! Right in their mosquito faces. Eat it!